Hello, my name is John Rose, and in part one of this video series, I'd like to take a closer look at how to put an end to poverty. And believe it or not, it's a lot easier than you might think. And I can get real excited about this subject because more and more people are waking up to this reality that we need to end the Fed. And if we could do that worldwide, we could get rid of poverty worldwide. It's that simple. That's all I'm going to say in part one. Part two is going to say it all for me. I put together two short 2-minute clips that unfortunately is going to be banned in about a dozen or so countries around Europe. And that's because the powers that be don't want this message to be told. The powers that be have made this an uncomfortable message, so most people have a knee-jerk reaction and just tune out immediately. So I'm not doing myself too many favors by doing this, because I always see my subs go down when I present this information. I'm not going to let that slow me down any, because it's going to be worth it in the long run. Why? Because more and more people are waking up to this reality, and I want to bring them over to the most important part, and that is how to go upstream, and then we'll understand why we have a subsequent need for money, and that the ultimate solution is not to go from a debt-based currency to a debt-free currency. That's just the first thing we do downstream. Ultimately, we got to change our whole mentality so we won't have money to begin with. Now, that's way beyond most people's conception right now, but that's what will happen if we can ever reach the tipping point. And to do that, we got to pull as many people as we can into this movement, realizing that we have a common interest, and that is to put an end to poverty, put an end to hunger, put an end to war and crime and violence and heart disease and cancer and diabetes. These are all self-inflicted. And most of those I just mentioned are 100% within our control. The rest we have limited control. And then requires a collective effort on all of us. That's why I say over and over and over, we all play a role in either keeping us where we are, where people will suffer from poverty, or they play a role in getting us out of this hell and turning this place back into paradise. Part of what we have to do downstream is take a page out of history and look at who else put an end to poverty. And that's what you're going to find in the second half of part two. Now you're going to have to read the yellow highlighted subtitles in that video to really get the message. And it's a little hard to see, but you got to make sure you read it. It's powerful, powerful, powerful information that most of us don't know. I'm telling you, my friends, we can put an end to poverty. And to get a better idea, stay tuned for part two. And when you do, you're in for a treat.